My name's Taylor with Rain Grace Nursery and Seed Company. We're going to show you around our first year garden today. We started this garden in February, believe it or not, and we actually like to start our gardens in the fall. But anyways, all this you see right here, all this garden space right here, it started looking just like this, just like the grass. What we do is we put cardboard directly on top of the grass, then 6 inches of compost in the fall preferably. We let it sit over winter, and then we can plant directly into it in the spring. And as you can see, we have deer here, a bed of deer. But we didn't want to put up a really tall fence. We wanted to experiment with something different. This is called a 3D deer fence. And the premise behind this is that deer have bad depth perception. So they come up to this fence and they see, oh gosh, I can definitely jump this, but wait, I don't know if I can make it all the way over there, and I don't want to get stuck in between here. So they don't even really try. We've had no deer issues with this fence this year, so I think it works pretty good. And we also have put in strategies for rabbits and other small animals. We'll show you right here. Cheyenne and you see, we have laid this down flat, so when something tries to burrow in, they're not able to. It's worked pretty effectively. Eventually we would like to run rabbits or guinea pigs through here so they can mow this space for us, but we're not there just yet. This is our first year garden, and some of these things we're still primitive. We don't even have a permanent gate on it, but you don't really need to. So we take a piece of cattle panel and we'll just stick it right here. When we leave, we'll put it back. But for the pathways, we use wood chips. So every bit of this, like I said, it started looking like grass. Cardboard on top of the grass, 6 inches of compost for the beds, and about 3 inches of wood chips for the pathways. And the wood chips in the pathways really help keep the weeds down. You'll see we don't have many weeds here. All this is not perfect. This is the first year. We will continue to improve on this as the years pass. But one thing I want you to notice is that this is, I guess the technical term for this type of gardening is called no-dig or no-till micro-agroforestry. I kind of like to use the term food forest instead. Basically, we try to do our best to mimic a forest setting in our gardens or the woods, because the philosophy behind it is the closer we can get to recreating a forest in our gardens, the more of the traits of a forest that we will that our gardens will take on. And so what are those? No one is weeding, watering, spraying for bugs, tilling the forest. The wood takes care of itself. That's the goal. You want to create a garden that at a certain point of it can take care of itself. And I can tell you for sure, even this first year garden, my most established garden, I spend an hour per week. And this one I haven't been spending that much time at either. It's just, once you don't have to fight the weeds and you don't have to spray for bugs and you don't have to water and do all that stuff, it just makes gardening so much easier. It takes it away from being a chore and a job into more of something that's fun. And one of the principles of a forest is diversity. So you'll see that we have all kinds of different crops. And another principle or trait of a forest is that it's all mixed up. That is called a polyculture. We mix everything up here, with a few exceptions. But basically, instead of having one row of cabbage, we have them all mixed up. So I'll tell you why that's not a great thing if you have everything in one row. Let's say I put a whole row of cabbages. Well, the pest that comes and eats on cabbages, he could come land on that cabbage, and it would be very easy for him to go to all of the rest all the way down the row, right? So by planting a block of cabbage here, a block of cabbage there, a block of cabbage there, he has to, if he gets just one block, that sucks, but he has to go find the other ones, he can't just go right down a row and eat every bit of them. And so in the meantime, we have plants like this, flowers all throughout our garden that attract predatory insects. And so when he's going to find his dinner, they are trying to make him dinner, the predatory insects. So we have flowers all throughout our gardens to attract predatory insects. But I'll give you a tour. This is an agastache. I really love it. We've got small Tide chilies right here. And this garden actually is more focused on nursery stock and seed production versus vegetable production. In the first year of these systems, there will be a lot more vegetables, and that's because when you plant trees, berries, and shrubs, they take a little while to get established, a few years, and they're still small in the first few years. So in order to take up all the space, the growing space in the first year or so, we grow a lot of vegetables. But you can see the reason I said that this is more catered to seed and nursery stock production is because right here we have a row of elderberries. And what I do is I take elderberries from other gardens of mine, I take a cutting off of them, stick them into the ground, and that piece of wood turns into a new plant. And so we have, I don't know, 100 elderberries or so here. Each one of these will be selling. By the way, all of this stuff, every plant you see here essentially, and at my other garden as well, we're either going to be selling as plants or we're going to be selling for seed. So these elderberries will be sold at $25 or $30 a piece. These plants and seeds are going to be sold on our Etsy at Rain Grace. The Etsy shop is Rain Grace. We're also going to be selling at a local restaurant that we sell at called Bourbon City Kitchen and Trade Company. We're going to have a website soon. We don't have it yet, but as you can see, this is dill for seed. I'll show you up close. Dill for seed. And let me show you the beds right here. You can see wood chips, bed, wood chips, bed, path, bed, path, bed. And look at that. I mean, you can grow anything in that. The soil gets so healthy and so fluffy and loose in these systems really quickly. So we've got aronia berries, we've got oregano, more dill. This is called a gummy berry. We've got a lot of lettuce going to seed. And I need to do a better job of staking these, but it doesn't matter really. We've got currants. Tomatoes everywhere because everyone loves tomatoes. So we grow a lot of tomatoes in our first year systems. We've got cosmos. We'll be collecting the seed from these cosmos. You can see. Right now I'm just sprinkling them everywhere. We've got Nanking cherry. Regular cherries don't do so good in Kentucky with the humidity and the disease pressure, but there are a few varieties that are bush cherries that grow with a bush habit that do well in Kentucky, and this Nanking cherry is one. And let me show you something. Like I said earlier, we don't spray for pests or anything like that. So how do we fight pests? Basically, we try to invite as many bugs to our garden as possible. And that probably sounds crazy. Everyone is trying to get rid of all the bugs. That's why they're spraying and doing all this. But when you take that approach, the bugs are going to find your garden regardless. So that's where the necessity of spraying comes in. But when you invite as many bugs as possible by planting flowers and a diverse mix of crops, then you get a balance of bugs. About half of them are going to be predators and half of them will be prey. And the ones that are feeding on your plants are prey. So as you can see right here, we've got spiders in our garden. We've got wasps in our garden. Spiders are fantastic for the garden. They are not trying to eat your vegetables. So actually you want to attract as many bugs to your garden as you possibly can. If you do that, you will get a mix of 50% or so predators to prey, and if you can do that, those predators are going to take care of a lot of your pest issues for you. But we see here we've got a lot more lettuce going to seed. We've got fennel. This will go to seed. This is a beautiful medicinal plant. It's not blooming yet. You can see it's starting to, but this is fantastic for stomach problems, any type of stomach issue. I gave it to my uncle, and he swears by it. It actually tastes good too, like sweet licorice. But so we've got a mulberry tree, and you can see basically we have. This is the pattern here. So we have tree, shrub, tree, shrub, tree, shrub, and we also alternate medicinal herbs between the trees and shrubs as well. And you can see the trees are small this year. Eventually, over time, this will look like a forest out here, basically a small forest. But this is just the first year. So we've got pear trees, we've got gooseberries, Swiss chard, which doesn't really. By the way, we haven't watered this garden at all this year. This garden has not been watered once, and look at it, it's quite lush. As you can see, we have tomatoes, we have onions, we have thyme, celery. This is a pear, gooseberry. This is a fantastic herb right here, or it's a medicinal herb, a flower. It's called cat mint, and it has a great smell. It has these little flowers that attract a lot of beneficial insects that I was talking about. And here's another spider. It's beautiful, and it's a medicinal herb tea for, I believe it has calming effects. We have another pear right here, tomatoes. Give my camera woman tomato. Is it cracked? It's gonna taste really good though. We've got more tomatoes, and as you can see, we grow most of our tomatoes on stakes. Versus your traditional cage, and I could have done a lot better as pruning these this year, but we've been so busy that I did what I could, and we're still getting a lot of tomato production into mid-August. So yeah, we've got currants. We've got sage, which is a fantastic culinary herb. Everyone knows about that, but it's also medicinal. It's really good for oral health. More tomatoes, honeyberries. This is called evening primrose. This is one of the most potent medicinals there are. It's beautiful as well, and it's native. And usually this thing doesn't flower in its first year, but when you have really healthy soil, it sometimes will. But yeah, evening primrose.